Welcome back, everybody, and welcome to the start of round two. We've got 4 exciting matches for you, and we have almost the 1 through 8 seeds. You just saw our first upset of the tournament, and the number 10 seed Hollow Man is into the second round. Here to call this first match of Adelito versus Dars, I'm joined again in the booth by Packy. This is going to be exciting, Packy.
Yeah, it is. As you saw earlier, Adelito, this is his first tournament anniversary. So he came in here 1 year ago and learned the game and picked it up, and he's been steamrolling ever since.
He has indeed. But I gotta say, Dars defeating Swang in round one last month. I mean, he's ready to play.
But yeah, like Dars cannot be underestimated. He is a very consistent player. Looking at his 8 through 11 average of 748 last year with a best of 654, which is awesome.
Yeah, sub 7 is a gold standard here and in the tournament. And and it's great to see that both of these players have it. We have a ready from Adelito. Again, we're going to be playing these best of 3 matches, but levels 8 through 11 now. So the boards are a little more packed, and it's going to be more important to try to clear with those quick drop combos and just making sure that your garbage is aligned to help you mow through the board.
Yeah, when viruses are packed more tightly together, some uh, the key in like level 6 and 7 is to use the open space to your advantage. But once you start at level 8, you have less and less room to work.
Hmm.
Like see
Yeah.
Adelito's board, for
Whoa.
example. There's not a ton of open space there, but he's making good use of it already.
Yeah, but that was so many doubles to work with just tucking in between. And those tucks do take a little bit of time. We've talked about that a couple matches here. But wow, he was able to get some stuff off the board pretty quickly. Dars, on the other hand, look at all this red. And I think he did not want to slide that red blue all the way onto the left-hand side. It's going to block up column 1. And there you go. He cleans out that as garbage. So let's see.
Mhm.
Adelito here clearing out the blue yellows, a little bit of garbage, a little bit of pills, but this is going very well so far. Looks like he is signaling that he's going to take out those yellows in row 3 horizontally and the yellows in row 1. And now it's just a blue-yellow game for Adelito, but he has desandwiched those blues in column 8. And so, yeah, that was very efficient on his
Yeah,
part.
this is a really fast 8.
Yeah. I mean, there were a lot of 6s that weren't this fast. So this is very exciting. And he's out at a 119. And when you come out of level 8 that quickly, I was just telling Packy, your opponent sees that out of the corner of their eye and they feel like they need to play more aggressively. So that may cause misdrops and that always makes you feel behind the 8 ball.
Yeah, and when you reach that point, you're just trying to slam things down as fast as you can, and sometimes you might not necessarily make the correct decision to clear your board more quickly. So there's very much a psychological factor in this game.
Mm-hmm. Dars was out of level 8 at about a 144. He's about 7 viruses behind Adelito, who is waiting patiently for probably a blue-red or a double blue to get that combo going. You notice that he even put that red-yellow on top of column 5, and just using that for garbage. He just doesn't want to have any drop time involved.
He's just get trying to get rid of this glut of reds that he doesn't need.
Hmm. Yeah, Dar's taking down that center spire. And so his board is tightly packed. Lots of good combo opportunities there. And just a little bit of everything. Although blue-yellow, not the most helpful combination at the moment. But ooh, he's got good horizontal setups possibility.
Might be waiting specific for a specific pill on the bottom here. There we go. The just dropping a fragment instead of a full pill assures that he's not going to have any garbage to worry about down there.
Mhm. Yeah. And actually, Dar's taking the lead over Adelito, who is going to be building up. He doesn't want to take too much drop time. And so there you go. He uses that horizontal, just needs the blue and the yellow. And he's out at a 3:15, so not quite the same blazing pace, but still an excellent pace. And Dars just needs one more yellow. He'll be out at a 3:24, so he is narrowing that gap considerably.
Yeah, it looks like Adelito's just setting up his horizontals one on top of the other. Nice
Woo!
drop cross right there.
Yeah, and I mean, that is why Adelito is the world champion. He has the world record in 0 to 20. So he has so much of that forethought, especially on these tightly packed levels. He can see where that garbage is going to go. And that's another prime example.
Yep, that those delicious drop crosses. He's just dropping them one right after the other.
Now you can see that Dars is very spired on column 6. He's probably going to want to drop that garbage down soon. And the yellows on columns 5 and 6 are a little bit of a pain, but this double yellow takes care of that.
Some interesting decision making by Adelito here, trying to figure out how to deal with all these setups that he's got going on. Looks like
Yeah.
he's just setting up the horizontals on the bottom of his board now, and that's going to be a perfect little. Oh, I thought he had the double
Eh.
drop horizontal there, right there, but he didn't quite have it. But
Yeah, that's the only one
now
that
he's
I've seen that hasn't quite fired the way he wants, but he's got a sweet tea there, and as soon as he
he's
gets a yellow,
well
that red
red,
is gonna fall. Yeah, look at that.
and it's going to be a drop T, but only one clear is going to show.
And wow, Adelito has stormed back into the lead here. That was much more commanding, and Dars still has 9 viruses to go left on his level 10.
Yeah, Dars has some nice little setups going for him. He needs those red horizontals, and he needs both of them for sure.
But you can
You can see
see,
a little bit of hesitation there.
well, right, because if he was gonna drop down that red, it was gonna ruin his potential horizontal combo, and so now Dars
Yeah,
is
he's
gonna get
good
these
now.
blues going, and he's gonna be
Just a
done.
couple blues, and he's out.
Oh, but that
Oh, that
giant
was a
combo
big
from
drop combo
Adelito,
from
oh
Adelito.
my gosh, you feel that in your body.
I just
Just
looked over to Adelito's board and I saw a triple vertical clear, and it's like, oh, that's nice.
this is so good. Ugh.
Ours might be holding out for some red horizontal action here, but but the ideal pill for this is gonna be a double red in the. Okay, looks like he's just gonna take the fat log, and that's gonna leave everything nice and clean.
This is an amazing game from Adelito right now. I mean, he is in the 6-minute territory for sure. Now, let's hope too much yellow doesn't show up for him because that's definitely not what he needs. And he's going to have to figure out how to prioritize these reds and blues. Goes for the horizontal there.
It's good to prioritize blue right now because he has 2 blue viruses left, and he needs several blue pills to in order to take them out.
hmm
And
And
he's
there
already
we
got everything
go.
set up. This drop Congo's taking him out at 6:38. Whew.
Woo. That is an excellent, excellent time. Yeah, 6:38. That puts him in the top 10 for this level bracket. Wow.
In fact, that's it looks like that's his personal best for this level block in bracket play.
Yeah, and I mean, we like to joke you just cannot compete with those PB strats. So it's a hard strategy.
It really is. Dars looks like he's much decides he's not going to play it out. He's going to go ahead and top out. He was just getting hamstrung by not getting any reds for a while.
Mhm.
6:38 puts up in ninth, besting his own time of 6:39.
Just so exciting. All right, we got a ready from Adelito. And we just need a ready from Dars. I like I'm not I'm not breathing after that. I don't know. I really
Deep
am
breath.
excited to see
Deep
the
breath.
timers. Yeah, I know. I'll be too worked up for my own match later.
We've got it ready from Dars, so we're set to go for game two.
All right. 3, 2, 1, pills.
Dars was the first out of the gate, and Adelito's right behind him, and here we go.
Hmm. Interesting board here for Dars.
Interesting decision by Dars. Oh, nice tuck cross there from Dars. Love it.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah, and those blues in columns 1, 2, and 3, they could be a pain. Luckily, RNG coming through. And so Dars is able to open these things up. I bet Adelito is going to try to take those blues horizontally somehow. Notice he's sliding all the way to the bottom with those yellows there.
And he's going to take the top horizontal first if he can get it.
Mhm.
He's got verticals set up on top of that horizontal as well.
Yeah, very nice there from Adelito. He's just got huge horizontal
Oh, that
possibilities. Oh,
great horizontal change sets up everything up on row
I
number two.
I didn't even it's like you see it as it's happening and you're like, I don't know how I could plan that. But these two very even right now. Adelito just needs his blues to be out, and Dars has yellows stacked on top of blues. Now he has his blue in row 1. He did have the possibility to clear it horizontally, but he's dropping that yellow down instead. Good call. And he's going to do the same with the other one. But wow, look
Look
at
at
this
Adelito's board
board
right
from
now.
Adelito.
This is a daily visit to the hot dog stand, unfortunately.
Oh my gosh. Dars was out
But
at a
he's out at
141.
143, shaking his head, and I know that feeling, believe me.
Yeah, I mean, that's the only thing that you can say to that, honestly. Yeah, and
Nice
so
L
Dars
clear.
has, a tiny, tiny lead. I don't think you could even really consider it one. It looked like he was maybe trying to get a horizontal with those reds, but it wasn't coming. He gets it now.
Yeah, the ideal horizontal there just wasn't quite materializing for him. But
Mhm.
right now, it looks like he's trying to find ways to clear garbage horizontally, or rather, not clear garbage horizontally, but work his way around the garbage with his
Mhm.
horizontals.
Right. And yeah, I mean, Dars's board is so flat and even right now and just needs those reds horizontals to keep going with it. Now, Adelito has a great L possibility set up, but no, he takes the vertical into the horizontal. That's actually a pretty good play. Does take out some of the possible drop time. But wow, this is a really red yellow board for Adelito. Let's hope the RNG comes through for him.
Like Dar's having a little hesitation, trying to figure out what to do with that red yellow. 'Cause he has a horizontal play that he really wants to take in the middle of his board. It's just a question of building his way up to it. But with most other pills, he has other plays to make. Maybe that's what he's trying to do, trying to set it up so he can knock out three viruses at once in columns 4, 5, and 8. And now that he has some blues that he doesn't need in column 5, he can just drop it in.
Yeah. Adelito out now into his level 10. It would have been really great. Ah, this blue yellow, perfect to make that horizontal with the yellows. Ours
347
out
for
at a
Dars coming out of
348.
9.
Yep. Adelito with a bracket clear there. The bracket clears look like a little C, and sometimes they do look a little inefficient, but it's just going to clear that garbage off the board and make it easier to get around it without all that pesky maneuvering.
Ours has a lot of clear setups going on his board. It's just a matter of taking them at this point, waiting for those zero drop clears.
Nice horizontal from Adelito there. Yeah, he's 15 viruses ahead of Dars here. Yeah, you just cannot let Adelito get going.
No, you really can't. I mean, again, PB strats, what can you do? A
Mm.
lot of setups going on Dar's board at least, and he's set up to do a lot of quick and efficient clears if he can just get the right pills.
Yeah, and I like the moves that he's making with his garbage as well.
Going
So
all the
let's
way under
see.
to get those reds and blues on the bottom of his board. Nice little lightning rod clear there.
Adelito just needs one more blue, and he'll be out at a 512 into his level 11. Dars with 14 still left to go on his level 10. He is going to have to take quite a bit of drop time here. Adelito hesitating a tiny bit before setting up that horizontal, but I think that was the right play. There wasn't really anywhere else to put that red at the moment.
Adelito right now is just dealing with the situation in column one right now. Those yellow blues, he didn't want to deal with the drop in clear time. It looks like at 546, he's going to get into his level 11. But facing a deficit of almost 2 dozen viruses.
So it looks like maybe Adelito didn't want to put that yellow down on column
Hmm.
5 that way. It
Love
doesn't
that drop
look.
cross from Dars.
Oof, Dars needs a lot of blue yellow. What a pain.
Yeah, right now he's just getting hamstrung by bad RNG and really needs a lot of blue help on the left side of his board. This right here will be a big help, dropping this right into column 5 for the L clear into the drop combo.
Hmm. Now, Adelito was, just like I've said of him before, he's very patient. So he did have that, what now is clear it was a misdrop because he didn't use it for anything, and was able to clear out that yellow. It took a really long time, but he was just really patient, waited for the right time for that to happen.
Right now, the only use Adelito has for, well, red, he's got his red virus cleared, but he also has red to deal with in column 4, so he basically needs just red at this point.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
and then he gets the yellow he needs to get the clear underneath, and now it's just a matter of a red and a blue. And here
Yeah.
it
And
is.
he is done at a 720 with Endar's only 9 viruses left to go. So that's less of a loss than last time. Adelito is going to move on to the semifinals. You'll see him tomorrow night, but GG's to both of our international players, Turkey and Canada. So, Adelito, you can now go to bed. Please have a good sleep.
Yes. Sleep well, good sir. Adelito looks like he's going to try to finish this out in right at 8 minutes.
You mean Dars?
Like I said, Dars.
I mean, the goatees, like there's a vibe. There's a vibe. All right.
Well,
So,
GG's to both players.
yes,
Dars really
and
came on strong in that level 11 and closed the gap significantly. The gap was just too big for him to overcome.
yeah, I know we will see him back probably next month and probably just as hungry for it.
Yep.
All right. Well, we're going to go on to our next match, Washma versus Ibar, and we'll see you in a couple of minutes. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to round 2 here. We're going to have our next match, Ibar, our number 4 seed, versus our number 5 seed, Watchma. And here to call the action with me while Packy goes and practices is Ook the Librarian. Ook, how you doing?
Doing just fine, Savage. Just excited to call another great match. And I gotta say, this is one that I don't know what to make of it.
Well, this is interesting. I'm very surprised that these two haven't seen each other before in bracket play. I mean, they've both been around for a long time. They've occupied many different seeds over the course of their time in the tournament, both very strong. So I'm just surprised that they haven't faced each other at some point.
Yeah, that's it's just interesting. And this tournament, Ibar pulled out just a heck of a qualifier, becoming because he did it after you did, the seventh member of Club 18. So he is the seventh and most recent person to hit level 18 in a qualifier. And however, based on 8 to 11 times that they had last year, Ibar's giving up a 45-second advantage to Watchma, who was our champion in September of 2022 and made our runner-up a couple of months later. So,
Yeah.
this is th this one can go either way. We've seen so much interesting happen. I have no idea what we're looking at. And with a 4-5 match, that's exactly what you want to be able to say.
Right. I mean, Watchmen can produce just some of the most hype performances ever. And, you just see little vampire Wario in the corner staring his 1,000-yard stare, but like you got to imagine the excitement of some of the games that Watchmen must feel because he's he's done some pretty cool stuff.
Wasn't even trying and just got a horizontal double. So, that's the magic that Watchmen can provide. Does have uh, times on like just about every variety of Dr. Mario that's available. So, yeah, Ibar we know is a masterful versus player. Watchma really kind of started off as far as we could tell, as an SNES player. Both of
Mhm.
them have shown that they are no slouch in our speed play. So yeah, I can't say it any other way. I don't know what to expect, and I can't wait to see what happens.
And that's good because now we have our match going on. Our countdown just happened. We are ready to go. A nice opening for both of them. It's just like a nice, easy board. You don't see too many problems. Everything seems to have a use. Ibar had a nice opening horizontal, but is now going to be dealing with just needing red and yellow, basically.
Yeah, from the word go, I liked Watchman's board a little bit better. But Ibar did manage to take care of a lot of his early issues already. And now Watchman's got that horizontal blue that he wanted to make. It's going to require building some bridges, and looks like he's just going to drop things down. And um, you know, it's it, it's not even competing issues here. The doctor didn't give him what he needed in order to make the combos that he wanted. And
Hmm.
wow, wow, that was a combo from
That was
Ibar.
nice. Yeah.
But yeah, he's still sitting in that, please give me red, yellow, please give me red, yellow situation.
Yeah. And that's really been all the way down for him. Watchma currently, with this cluster of viruses in the center, now he is just going to want to take out those yellows in row 3 horizontally. That will drop down the blue on top. It looks like he's working on horizontals for those reds as well. But now the path is open to clear them out vertically as well as horizontally. And he's setting that up, getting the double reds just at the right time. Watchma out at a 136. And Ibar's board, it's showing some signs of discomfort, that's for sure.
Yeah, Ivar definitely just frustrated with what he's looking at. The doctor not giving him what he'd like to see, and as a result, it's starting to take its toll. He hasn't made any major misdrops that I'm seeing. He's not letting that get to him. So that's definitely a positive for him because you know, when the doctor doesn't give you what you need, that time is ripe for misdrops. He's out at a 213.
Yeah, and Watchma has already just been tearing into this level. Now he's at a bit of a slowdown because of all the blue and red on top. Notice that he's just trying to line up some garbage. That yellow blue in columns 1 and 2 was set up expressly for that purpose. And so, he's just trying to make it work. All these yellows in the middle are going to be sacrificed to bring other combos down. And you see he's taking that drop time, but that's kind of been his plan, and that's what he's got to do. Meanwhile, Ibar is about 17 viruses behind, and he's got a deep well in the center of his board that's going to cause drop time. It will allow him to just drop some stuff down and not think about it for a little bit, but yeah, so much red yellow again that he needs, Ook.
Yeah, this is pretty much the definition of a vertical board. There's really not a lot of opportunities to make those sly horizontals like what Watchman just
Mm-hmm.
provided for us.
That was
Uh,
nice.
yeah, everything kind of has to be cleared vertically and in a specific order, which is terrible for speed running. The doctor not being his kindest to Ibar at this point, but he's making good time. Definite misflip there. You see him shaking his head as Watchman out at a 340. Ibar still just fighting his RNG, and this is going to be one that he's going to have to be able to shake off here in a few minutes.
Yeah. Watchma already into level 10, taking that down. Looks like he's working on these yellows horizontally. There he goes, drops into a beautiful L there in the board. Now his column 2 has a deep well in it, that those double reds and then the blue, but see, notice that he's filling that in. And so the next red blue or is going to be going into that column 1. There it goes. Nicely done. Double blue. Awesome for him. Ibar, very frustrated.
Yeah, he got a
Looked like he
double
was
red.
almost calling it.
He got a double red exactly when he didn't want one, which was when he had everything blocked out. So he had his more or less D-sandwich out at a 434. Yeah, it was tough on him. But like I said, this is one that he's gonna have to get out of his head whenever
Mm-hmm.
this is done. And which is it's a shame because what Watchman's looking at is a really rough board himself. All this yellow, and it's all dressed up with nowhere to go, so to speak. And the doctor, not being kind to Watchman at this point either, but with the lead that he's already got built, it doesn't look like it's going to be that much of a problem for him here in the end of this level 10.
Yeah, and wow, I mean, stuff really cooperating with him at the end. Notice Watchman just needs a couple of those yellows, and he's gonna sandwich them in between in column 8. Just needs one more. And look at all this red for Ibar. Luckily, he gets that red blue. That's the color that he needed, and these red yellows are going to go down to the left. But again, when you see those coming down, you can see that he's already frustrated. That's
Yeah.
not really a happy head bop for Ibar right now. So sometimes the happy head bop. This is not it. Watchman starting off his level 11 in very good time. However, just a lot of blue there on top.
Yeah, Ivar practicing his angry dad looks. Gonna be joining Club Papa here pretty soon with more than one entry into the Ivar family. That's
Yeah.
something to look forward to. But yeah, he's going to be out here at a 622 on into level 11.
Yeah,
And
and
you
he's
see that
about
game face.
23 viruses behind. Watch my beautiful T here into a double vertical, really nicely set up, everything coming at the right time. Looks like he's also setting up to take out those reds horizontally in row 1 after he clears column 4. But yeah, look at all this red blue that Watchman's going to need.
Yeah, that's a lot of evil red. And Ivar's getting a very clustered left side on his board. And that's actually a really good thing because it's every everything's offset just enough to give him the opportunity to make the combos that he wants to make. This is going to be a really interesting T
Mm,
clear.
nice tea. Sweet tea.
And yeah, this is a much nicer board. If his level 8 had been friendlier, we would be really biting our, holding our breath right now for what's going to happen. But as it is, we get Watchma out at a 7:30, and he will take game one as Ibar finishes up and then takes a breather, getting ready
Mhm.
for his game two. And wow, this is just the doctor's really giving him. The doctor's apologizing right now. Let's see if it's going to be enough. Ivor says no, it's not enough. The doctor has not apologized nearly enough for this. He's out at an 807. That is still below his average. So really picking up some good speed there at the end of his run.
Oh, we have a question from Exact Same, a technical question about a Deef. One of the best named drops in our community is the Deef. And it just means any painful misdrop. It's not sort of a garden variety one, like, the one that you sort of feel bad about, but you're like, it's going to be cleaned up. The Deef really hurts.
And I actually didn't learn, as we get our 3-2-1 pills in chat, I didn't learn until after the versus finals that Deef wasn't just a random set of letters, that it does actually represent a
Uh,
specific pill set in the game's
yes.
memory that
That's
is that
terrible.
bad. Yeah.
Yes.
So I was shocked and very happy to learn that particular bit of the lore. So
Yes.
yeah,
Nice opening boards for both players. Watchman needs a lot of blue yellow, but he's going to
check
take nice
this.
combos,
Yeah.
beautiful T, and just stuff flying off of the board because of the setups that Watchma was able to create. Notice a little bit of hesitation there, but not a bad hesitation, just like, I think I have too many options. What can I figure out to do?
This is definitely a speedrunner's delight.
Hmm.
As look at this combo there. And Watchman's gonna aim for a horizontal, but wow, a nice drop cross from Adelita from wow, Adelito. I didn't even call that match from
No, no, you
Ibar,
did not.
who is just really knocking things out. Yeah, I don't know. I was listening to that match and got his name in my head. But as we look at what Ibar's got to deal with here, that red on his bottom right is blocked off. Watch him out at a 125 and did it again. Ibar is Ibar's just having to work his way through.
Mm. Yeah, and these everything on that left-hand side being red is just gonna be a really big pain, and that's some terrible luck for Ivar right there. But
Speaking of
I
big
speaking
pains,
of bad luck,
yeah,
oh, look at this board for Watchma. Just
it's
like
disgusting.
but, I mean, he was just getting some blue yellow. I kind of wished it had stuck around longer because that's really what he needs.
Ivar with the frustrated face, he's going to be out here at a 212. Um, but yeah, this is the sort of board that yeah, you can really catch up on. All this yellow. I mean, yellow is a common enough color, but not that common.
Yeah, but I mean, Watchman's getting pretty lucky in
Yeah.
clearing that out. I mean, but that it looks like the best play, you know, was those yellows horizontally. If he could have gotten it into all of the blues horizontally on the bottom row, that would have been awesome, but it just wasn't going to work out that way. So Watchman just needing yellows, which was the story all along, and Ibar with 22 viruses left to go is at a 18 virus deficit, just about, and Watchma out at a 304.
But Ivar is catching up here.
Mhm, definitely.
Um, yeah, that nasty boards will allow your opponent to catch up. That is, we just call it what it is. As oh, I know Ibar wants to get rid of that blue. Oh, never mind. He's got the opportunity on the right hand side, so he wants a red blue. He gets it. Nice drop combo there. And now you just got to decide, what am I going to do with this blue on top of this red? Kind of figuring things out. I think he's looking for a horizontal, is going to get it, and doesn't waste that blue pill half. That's heads up play from Ibar, as he will be back joining Watchma in level 10 at a 349 with the pause buffer.
Don't try that strategy at home, friends. Now, Washma has 22 viruses left and is just starting to get stuff that he doesn't really want because, he got that blue yellow at an inopportune time, just wasn't really going to work out. And it's hard to produce the horizontal that's going to drop that yellow stuff down on top of it. So he's just clearing that out as garbage. And he does have some horizontal opportunities with these blues and reds, but the fact that they're in 2 and 3 means that the setups are going to have to go a lot more carefully, and you have a lot more opportunity to damage competing plans.
Yeah, he's definitely working with a homemade spire there, as a blue-yellow would be ideal. Looks like he's just going to take them out separately. And there goes the blue. Wow,
Now,
this double yellow is perfect for Watchma.
yeah, and he's out at a 452, but Ibar has really closed up this gap. Only 11 viruses back now, and there was a little bit where it was only a 9 virus deficit, and that's really big based on, where he started out that level. Still not looking happy with what he's receiving, however.
Yeah, this end game is proving to be a little bit difficult for him. I think I see everything that's coming up. Yeah, he just needs, well, either side now. The blues can work. He gets a good swim there, and unfortunately has the red on top, so he's going to take an extra red pill half in order to get this knocked out. Gets the double right after
Yeah.
he needs it. Out at a 538. I think that look was at the doctor. Just a look of sheer disappointment for giving him the double red right then.
I feel like Dr. Mario has taken on like a full-on persona from you. Like there's you know what I mean? Like
Oh yeah.
you you believe in him. Um
Yeah, I'm not the one who used to date him, so
Oh, that's a deep cut.
that
Wow,
is a deep cut.
a beautiful a beautiful horizontal from Ivar. Look at that even board. This is a speedrunner's dream here. Look at all these doubles.
Yeah, this is a lot closer than the rest of the match would have led you to believe.
Definitely.
As yeah, these two just trading blows back and forth, as JB would probably be saying. But Watchma just getting what he needs. Would love to have had that yellow out of the way. But yeah,
Mhm.
this is nice and close. It does look like Watchman is going to be the one taking it, as he's just one yellow away. Gets it at a 657. But a really nice comeback from Ibar here, whatever his name is.
Al
he's gonna listen back at this and
Ibar, Dars,
whatever.
whoever.
It's somebody.
Right.
Great
Yeah.
combo. Finishes out at a 715. That's a good time.
Now, that means that Washma will be moving on to the semifinals. We will see him tomorrow night opposite Adelito. So, GG's to both players. Give these great players a follow. And we will be moving on to our next match, which is going to be super hype. It's Packy versus John Flinto. So, stick around.
Can't wait. And welcome back to the Dr. Mario Speed Championship January Speed Tournament. I'm Mook the Librarian, and joining me for our next match is Larva 12. Larva, how's it going? How you feeling? What are you thinking?
I'm doing well, Ook. I'm really excited for this match. This is the third meeting between Packy and John Dat Flendo. Packy has won both of those matches, but I don't think either of those matches has been recently. The last one was in February 2022, so that was kind of a little bit before the rise of John Dat Flendo, as it were. So I'm excited to see it now.
And you took the words right out of my mouth. There's really only a 16-second difference between the averages between these two players. And uh, yeah, most of that for Flendo did come at the end of last season. He, as you said, the rise of Flendo is pretty much the best way of putting it. Really found his groove at the end of last year. He's made semifinals the last three tournaments. Has really worked his way up, but when it comes to just peak play, Packy still has the edge, and that's why he's the 3 seed. Flinto's our 6 seed, but uh, just like we saw with the last game, I don't know what's going to happen. And as Packy now is in the lead with the most wins all time, Flindo would really very much like to cap him at 55 total wins this month.
We have a 3-2-1 pills. Uh, Flendo is out the gate first, followed a couple seconds later by Packy. So what do you like about their boards, Ook?
Well, I gotta say, I like the fact that Packy is playing chill. That's usually the first thing you want to start with. No, in reality, I gotta say, Packy's lack of blue is going to be a little problematic for him. It hasn't really caused a major issue so far, but he is, as you can see, taking, you know, basically using blue as a garbage color, as things are just kind of rough for him. Flindo's board had a little bit of a float to it. He has gotten it worked quite a bit down, but overall, he's just kind of waiting around for the right pills and is going to make a fun little combo here. It's a lot of drop time, but it's a pretty good combo.
Mhm. Well, now he has a lot of red on the left side of his board. He's gotten a lot of it out because he's gotten some very lucky pills. Um, but Packy's he's waiting on blues right now. He's telegraphing he's going to take that red horizontally. Um, he's just waiting for that, and I do believe Flindo's he's gonna try to take those reds out horizontally as well. Flindo's added a 133,
It was an
and Packy
interesting
just needs one more blue. He's at a 134, so it's almost a dead heat. It is basically neck and neck right now.
It's an interesting call by Flindo at the end of that last board, taking the blues in the bottom corner horizontally. It ended up causing him a couple of extra pill halves that he just had properly set up that didn't end up being necessary. Um,
Mhm.
and it's little adjustments like that that may or may not. It very much could have a bearing on how this game ends up because, as you said, these two are running pretty closely right now. Nice
Yeah,
swim by
exactly.
Flindo.
Um, and Flindo's very known for swimming pills, which I can't do. So I'm always in awe of anybody who can. Um, and that is one of the benefits of playing on medium speed is something akin to swimming is easier. It can be done on high speed. Packy does it sometimes, but it is a lot more difficult.
Yeah, that's definitely true. As we see Flindo getting himself caught back up, he has been behind by as many as 8 or 9 viruses, but is pulling his way back in. But Packy has everything about as well set up as it can be. The only thing he would rather have is those blues running horizontally. But he gets the pill halves that he needs. He's out at a 304. Um, you can tell just by the joy on his face just how excited he is where he is. Now, Packy's
It's
got his
just
game
little
face on.
shrug. He does a little shrug every once in a while. He, shrugs out, some slight nerves. Not too bad, but he does it all the time. If you watch Packy play, he does that shrug, he does a couple things, um, and he doesn't seem to be too mad at the doctor right now. Flindo is in to level 10. Um, he has slightly limited access to red right now. So I do want to see how he does that. Okay, he's gonna try to have a big old combo right there in the middle of the board to take out some trash. So he's gonna come very dangerously close to topping out, but get it to get a number of pills and quite a lot of trash off.
Yeah, that was definitely shades of Chris Bidwell with that hero combo. It did. I don't think it was the most efficient way to knock things out, but it looked good. It felt good, and after a little bit, he was kind of stuck. It's you're what they call in poker. He was pot committed to it. There's yeah, there's no sense in stopping because once you're that far into it, you have to commit to the combo. As Packy out at about a 440, so taking a pretty solid lead here over John Flindo.
Um, and John really needs some yellows right now. He's committed himself to this sweet tea, and then the blue that takes things out pretty nice. So really, right now, all he needs is to finish out that red.
And he's going to get those. He's out at a 513, but definitely staring down the barrel of game one here, as Packy, not with the most favorable board, but he makes combos like that and makes you go, okay, yeah, he's got this. He is about 18, 19 viruses ahead right now, and with the combo setup advantage that he's got from being out of the level first, it's really looking good for Packy to finish this one out with the win as Flindo makes yet another amazing swim.
Yep. Now Flinto does not really have a lot of access to yellow. He just opened one up, and that's about it. So it's still he doesn't really want to see a lot of it. And I've been seeing a fair amount of pill halves, at least not double yellows, but yellow pill halves. So he has been dealing with them very well. Um, Now he does not need blue at all. Um, so of course, we're going to see the doctor give a lot of blue halves and double blue pills. So thanks a lot, Doc.
It's funny you should mention yellow access because Packy has not needed yellows in, about half a board. The doctor, as you can see right now, just saying, oh, I thought you needed yellow. So
Wisely avoiding clearing out things too early.
There it is.
And then
Out at a
Packy's out at a.
651. Sorry,
Flindo is
one away
not
from
far.
you.
That's okay. Flindo just needs that one red. He's out at a 706. Only 15 seconds behind, and to be honest, that is not a lot in Dr. Mario.
Yeah.
10, 20 seconds is almost nothing.
Yeah, these two really having to put up with some really rough boards there. So it's good play from both players. Can't wait to see what game two brings us.
Well, I have a visitor. Someone wants to come up on my lap and watch Dr. Mario. Hello, Lucille. My cat is here. I don't know if your cat's around, Ook, but
No, my
Lucille
cat.
wants to give everybody cat percent.
Surprisingly, my cat's not even on the bed in the room with me. Usually she does that. So 3, 2, 1 pills. Don't even get to listen to a snoring cat. Oh well.
Oh.
Yeah. That's part of my life.
Lucille also wants to do commentary. She's trying to get up next to my microphone. You're not allowed to do commentary. You don't speak English.
So as we start off this one, Packy's getting some good clears and really fortunate to have what he's got below these blues. But now he's got to think, how exactly am I going to clear this? Looks like he's going to abandon the horizontals and just work his way down as John Dat Flindo knocks out the last yellow he's got easy access to. A
Yeah.
little bit of a head shake there. He's a little frustrated with what the doctor's giving him
Both
because what he's giving him is
players,
trash.
yeah, both players needed a lot of blue, and Doc was saying to both of them, "Nah, I don't think so." Um, so at least now, he does have fairly easy access to every color. Maybe not exactly how he would want, um, but it was a nice tuck by Flindo um, for that to get all of that down. Um, and now he just needs
Oh,
uh red and blue.
get what I can only assume is a misdrop from Packy. He's got that yellow face down on his column 8. So now
Mhm.
he's got to decide if he gets a double blue, then all is forgiven. But uh, Flindo out at a 141, and Packy's going to have to take a horizontal here. He is going to be out at a 148. So Flindo with the early lead, but not a very big one, and certainly not what you might call breathing room against somebody like Packy.
Yeah, you could tell Packy was unhappy with that. He was shaking his head. I don't know if that means we're going to see our version of the Incredible Hulk, the Incredible Packy, show up. It might happen, so um, be prepared.
Here we see Flindo signaling, yes, goes ahead and takes the drop. I was wondering if he was going to look down deep enough to see that a yellow would be ideal down at the bottom. He did, gets a great tee out of that, and is really powering his way through the bottom of this level. The doctor can still have plenty to say about that, but so far what he's saying is, yeah, I'll allow it.
Meanwhile, Packy needs a lot of blue and a lot of red, but more blue. So um, let's. Oh no! And then he uh misadjusted. Fortunately, he can take out those yellows and drop those reds down, so it's not too bad. But I'm sure he doesn't like that either.
Yeah, and that's going to continue to give Flindo a bit of a lead. He's got about a 10-second lead coming out of level 9. Um, Definitely not what you want to give Flindo either, because let's be real. After these last few months, Flindo has really proven, hey, I'm dangerous at any point as well. This is the same guy who took out Frank at the end of the last tournament or during the last tournament. He is certainly capable of putting on that extra oomph and knocking out a player that would be considered a juggernaut. And if you can't call Packy that, then really who can you?
Exactly. Packy working with a bunch of, again, red and blue. Um, he's setting up a whole bunch of horizontals, things that he can um, drop down to the next level. Um, so let's just hope that that the pill sequences still come for him. Now, Flindo does not really need blue at all right now. Um, So, yep, he's got a little hesitation on that, trying to figure out exactly where he wants to put some of those pills that he does not need.
Yeah, this
Um,
is an unfortunate pill combination for him. And that's allowed Packy to get caught back up.
exactly. Packy working with now really just yellows for the most part. He needs a few blues, but he really wants yellows. Um, so and okay, he's trying to okay. Takes one vertically, almost misdrops. and then he just needs the one last one to be out, and Flindo just needs uh that one red, and then he's gonna be out.
So again, it's a 10-second difference between the two players, but this time it is Packy who is ahead by the 10 seconds, and Flindo staring down the barrel of elimination, but he says, "No, I'm going to get some combos and avoid that if at all possible." Uh, does end up with a little bit of a mess here, but it's not going to be too much. However, Packy is just barreling his way through. You can see the difference in the heights on these boards. That is a testament to Packy just finding his groove in this level and getting the pill combinations that he needs to really knock things down. However, he is going to get a little bit of a slowdown here towards the bottom of the board as Flindo gets some of the combos that he'd like to see. This is going to be another one that's going to go right down to the wire.
Packy was getting a lot of blues that he did not really need, but he gets them now. He wisely uses the yellow to put in a horizontal for himself. Really good foresight by Packy. He was able to see that just the way to use the pill in the right way uh, drops down another horizontal. Uh, so he's still flying through this level.
Flindo, though, has managed to catch almost all the way up. He's still got a little bit to deal with, but Packy does have everything a little more free and clear. I think Packy's got the advantage here, but yeah, with just 3 more reds to go, that is going to say it. But Flindo is down to just 3 more blues himself. He does waste one as Packy out. Oh, he didn't waste one. Wow. Packy out at 731, Flindo out at a 739. So GG's to both players. That was a heck of a finish as Packy is going to be going on and he will be playing the winner of our next match, which is going to be Savage versus Hollow Man. So, GG's to both players. Stick around. We're going to bring you that match coming up next. And one last time this evening, we want to say welcome back. Finishing up the of the night, just like last night, I'm Mook the Librarian, joined by John Dat Flindo. Flindo, tough match there, but GG's, and welcome into the commentary.
Thank you. Good to be here.
So we are looking at our number 2 seed versus our number 10 seed, Savage versus Hollow Man. A tale of 2 different histories, I guess. Savage has been a just regular in the tournament since October of 2020 when she came on. Hollow came in last year, and in 3 months of play, won a silver, made a semis, and was knocked out in the first round. But he's definitely making himself known here again in this January. It's really January's been the month of Hollow Man last year and this. So, what do you think about this match, Flindo?
I think this is going to be a really interesting match to watch. Both of these are very talented players, differing styles. But just, both of these players are capable of going all the way. So I think it's going to be an absolute slugfest, and this could honestly go either way.
Yeah, these two do know each other quite well. Play a lot of games together, but this is their first meeting, so I'm hyped. I'm ready, and we've got our 3-2-1 pills. If Savage can just get her mouse out of the
Yeah.
screen. All right, it disappears. So a bit of a well in the middle of Hollow Man's board, and Savage. Oh, she's very happy to see those double yellows followed by a double blue. That is perfect for what she's after.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really loving the multiple double potential setups on Savage's board. She might have a little bit of a problem with these reds here in the center. That double red was a nice opportunity for her to clear out a little bit of that. I'm wondering if she might go for the horizontal red. It's probably going to be a better choice for her to go vertically, which is what she's signaling. So, good call by Savage there. Meanwhile, all around Hollow Man's board, it looks like his board is kind of left sloped, Ook.
Yeah, he's running into some problems just with, I don't know, the doctor's not providing everything that he would like, and at this point he really doesn't have much access to blue. In fact, gets rid of the last of his top line blues until he creates some more. So he really wants to see quite a bit of yellow, but whether the doctor will provide, we'll just have to see.
Yeah, I really like that underclear that he just did to drop down what was that, yellow or blue, whatever color it was, down and clear those ones on the bottom. Really nice play by Hollow Man. As he is down to just 6 viruses, but Savage out of her level 8 at a 136. Pretty decent time here by Savage Octagon.
Yeah, as Hollow out at a 152 as well. So good times. But I gotta say, I mean I know Hollow, so I can just about read his keystrokes. He's really riding high on some nerves right now, and for some players that is a great boon. For others, it is just a disaster. So far, he has turned it into positive play.
Yeah, I know a little thing or two about playing under pressure. I feel for him right now. Uh but as both players are making some really nice plays here, they've both got pretty fairly even top lines, though. As I say that, Hollow Man, his left side was a little bit high, but he has managed to bring that down. Um, two fairly good boards on both sides. What do you think about him, Ook?
Yeah, I'm satisfied with what I'm seeing. They've both got a few things that they would like to get uncovered. Hollow might be the first one to get that out. But yeah, these blues are going to prove to be a bit of a challenge. He does get pretty much everything out of the way. He's almost completely free and clear now. Savage with the yellow on that left-hand side, that's going to require a little bit of maintenance. Uh, she's working her way into it, but the doctor not really cooperating. You can see the classic Savage head shake. She wants to handle that horizontally, gets everything ready, and now she's one red away. But Hollow out at a 331. Savage waiting for that red. She is out at a 330. So Savage actually still with the lead, but it's within the difference of what we can see here on the screen.
Yeah, that was a very clever horizontal by Savage there. I wasn't sure what she was going for, and then it all came down. I was like, nice play, Savage, nice play. And I'm wondering if she might potentially go for this blue here in column 3 horizontally to drop down the reds. Right now, she's not getting a blue, but that is what she's signaling as Hollow Man, with a pretty flat top line. Not quite as diverse as I'd like to see. There's a lot of blue up there at the top, but he's making some good plays and whittling down at this board.
Yeah, everything he's uncovering. Wow, that was a very nice clearance there. Just all the garbage except for these three yellows he just knocked out were just disappeared there. Yeah, he's definitely been facing a little bit of rough RNG, but has really settled everything down and is knocking stuff out of the way, and has a lot of opportunities for doubles. It's just a matter of will the doctor give him what he needs. He'd love to see that as a triple, but takes his priorities properly. He is going to put this blue on top of a yellow, but is starting to show that he can go ahead and make that yellow horizontal. Meanwhile, Savage, a lot of pills down at the bottom of her board, but also able to handle everything horizontally if she gets everything worked out just right.
Yeah, Savage. One thing Savage is really good at, in general, is in-game strategies, and we're seeing that here, just beautifully putting together this end game. She's probably, yeah, she's gonna take the yellow horizontal. I'm sure she probably would have liked to had a cleaner row 1 and take those blues horizontally, but it's not a big deal. She's got them both open, and she's gonna get the blue she needs out at a 536.
That is about a 10-second difference right now, with Hollow being out about a 526. So this is still a close match, but Hollow taking the lead into level 11, the final level of this block. And I really like just where his board is right now. Everything is nice and flat, and that is going to be to his advantage. Savage also has a very nice flat board. It's just up a little bit higher, and she hasn't got the advantage of the extra 10 seconds worth of preparations that Hollow has had, and now that's starting to show in where their boards are respectively.
Yeah, and Savage has had quite a bit of blue up at the top of her board too. She's finally managed to work some of that out. Um, we're just gonna have to see what the RNG does, but it's still a 6 virus differential right now between our two players. And Hollow Man looking like he's got some interesting little setups. He's really struggling for blue right now.
Yeah, blue is definitely the color that he wants. Interesting that he doesn't take it there. Oh, yes, that drop is going to put everything where he wants it. With that red being available for a horizontal, Hollow can, and looks like will go ahead and take the drop. And now if he clears this out on the right-hand side, he's just 3 reds away from finishing out. Savage right behind him, though, and it may be the difference in the clocks. Hollow out at a 7:35. Savage
Needs one more
out
red
at a
at a 7:32.
7:32.
Oh my gosh.
Wow. Did not see that. That was as tight as you could ask for. Savage waiting. She'll recognize it here in a second.
Yeah, there it
There it
is.
is. So
Gotta
yeah,
say,
that was
that's not how I thought that was gonna end up. I thought Hollow was gonna take that.
I did as well. I'm a little surprised by it, but that is how Dr. Mario is. And as we saw at the end of our round 1, Hollow is more than capable of a reverse sweep, doing so against Dimwit. So Savage knows this. She called that match with me, so she knows exactly what is at stake here, and that this lead is not safe. Both these players have given us our readies, though, and they are both taking very deep, or trying to take very deep breaths.
Absolutely. A game that close. You know you've got some nerves. You're shaking, and you just got to calm down and play your game as best you can and hope for the best.
All right, a nice looking top line for Hollow Man as he gets started here. A very smart play to put that red blue horizontally instead of vertically. That gave him the opportunity to use more blues without causing garbage. Meanwhile, Savage's start is it's got a lot of height to it, and as we saw with Ibar earlier, that can really bite you.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate board right now for Savage. The good thing for her is Mario has been giving her pills that she can work with. I like that red yellow there that she just got. Um, Yellow right now though is going to be a little bit of an issue for her as her top line is just completely covered in reds and blues.
Yeah, that's kind of scary. Hollow Man had a similar situation with a homemade red staircase on the right hand side. He did get the pills to clear it out, but it just for a moment there it looked like that could be the sort of thing that would cause some problems. But he is zooming out of this board, sees his look ahead, sees a double red is coming, and makes the right call. So now he is just 3 yellows away, and of course the doctor doesn't want to give him any. There's 1, 2, and 3. He's out at a 129. Savage, though, out at a 124. So again, it is Savage with the lead just based on and the difference is what we can see on the screen
Yeah,
with the timers.
I'm a little bit surprised that Savage didn't go for that triple horizontal with the double blue that she got at the beginning of the board. But she's making good work with what she's got. She does look like she might get a little bit of a well if she's not careful about how she places her pills there in the middle. It's getting a little bit split, and I'm sure she's not very happy about that.
Yeah, Hollow with a touch of a well himself on that right-hand side. It's going to give him access to the lower levels of his board, but it could, cause some slowdowns. But right now, he is finding really good uses for everything the doctor's giving him. Would love to see a triple there, but there's just an unsupported. It would just be an unsupported triple, so he's going to go ahead and take it down. Does have an opportunity for a triple here, takes it, gets some of the height down off of his board, as Savage is also down deep into her board, and just good play from both these players.
Yeah, I've been really impressed by Savage Octagon this round. She has made some really good undertucks in this level 9 to make some drop combos, and it's been really nice to see that from her. She's gonna need to get another drop combo right here. She's just gonna need 2 more reds, as Hollow Man just needing 3 more reds. Hollow's gonna get a nice double there. He's gonna be out at 316, but Savage out at a 310. So both these
It's
players
almost
getting out of that level at about the same time.
Yeah, they took about the exact same amount of time
Yeah.
on the board, so that's crazy. They're literally going blow for blow here.
I think I like Savage's board a little bit better than Hollow Man's right here. She's got a lot more compact pills than Hollow does, and she has a few more double opportunities, especially horizontals, than Hollow Man does right now. But Hollow Man able to keep it fairly even. He's got a 6 virus differential at this point. I'm a little surprised Savage didn't go for the horizontal blue there, but what she did worked out just fine.
Yeah, I like just where the double opportunities are for Hollow, but yeah, it's Savage definitely, if she can get the reds, a bit of an advantage here on this board. The amount of compactness there, it's really going to depend on what the doctor gives her.
Mhm. Oh, this double red's gonna be nice.
Yeah, any double red is going to be nice for
Yeah.
Savage at this point. With Hollow is going to take this T. It's going to give him a little bit of garbage, but overall, not looking half bad. Would love to get access to that blue to that bottom of column 5 so that he can make a double. But he's going to start off with this. I don't know. Savage definitely with the cleaner board right now. But Hollow is closing in. Savage starting to get into her groove. You can see her not giving a head shake, which is usually bad news for her opponent.
Yeah, and I was just looking at Hollow's board there, wondering how he was gonna be able to get out. He does find the solution I did with the horizontal reds down at the bottom, and that could have been a lot worse for Hollow if he hadn't seen that out. But
Yeah.
right now, it's actually pretty gonna be pretty interesting because Savage's board at the top line is not that great.
Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on Hollows, and he's had to make some tough decisions. He can still get away with. No, he decides not to. I was going to say he can still get away with a couple of yellows, but it just decides to get rid of it, get rid of some problems here. But yeah, he's got a lot of garbage that is going to be clogging up the top of this board. Still within range of taking the win here, but it's gonna require some really careful planning. as Savage taking about an 11 virus lead as we see it, in addition to her 7 or 8 point or second difference, and Hollow with an unfortunate misdrop there that the
Oof.
doctor is going to give him clearance for.
Yeah, that was very fortunate RNG there for Hollow Man. A little bit surprised that Savage didn't go for the fat log there in column 8 with the double blue that she got. Not really sure what the plan is here. Oh, another misdrop from Hollow Man. But again, bailed out by the red blues.
Yeah, the doctor, you see a lot of specific pill combinations in these levels, and sometimes, this in this level set, it looks like red blue is going to be the one that Hollow is going to get the most, and that's fortunate because the two major misdrops that he's had have been red blues. So far so good. Although he's going to be looking elsewhere for the horizontal there, as Savage out now at a 739. So GG's to Hollow Man, who will be walking out with an extra point this month, but will not be working his way into the semifinals, as Savage Octagon will be taking on Packy in our semifinals tomorrow. So GG's to both players.
Indeed. And let me pull up the bracket here. Speaking of tomorrow, as you said, we have Savage Octagon versus Packy, and we will have Watchma versus Adelito. That's going to be a very exciting match. You can catch that at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. No. 5 p.m.
No.
2
Okay.
5.
Yeah.
2 5. There we go.
Thank you. Okay. I thought maybe I had missed something.
2 Pacific and 5 Eastern. Trying to do math in my head after playing Dr. Mario is difficult.
Yeah.
Anyway, that will be right here on DrMC.
Absolutely. So, yeah, definitely keep your eye out for that. Don't forget about all the magic that we've got coming up in the coming weeks. We've got after tomorrow's play, we've got our silver bracket next week. We've got our live Waco event, and we've got a lot of magic coming up in February as well. Don't forget about the monthly checkups. Don't forget about it's just there's so much. Check the calendar in our Discord. We'll get the Discord up in there as well as our merch store. There's just a lot going on here at DrMC. So, with that, for all of our commentators, who have been so many that I will forget somebody, but I'll try. Packy Savage Octagon, Larva 12, John Dat Flindo, myself, Luke Librarian, and for our free streamer, The Dave, thank you for watching. Come back tomorrow, and until then, take your vitamins.